Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for me. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Ready to explore right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
Hello and welcome to the season 1 of AfterMat special, looking back at 1 year of AfterMat, celebrating the time between WrestleMania 33 and WrestleMania 34. I am your host, the People's Champ, Cal, and alongside me as always, I have the Glamazon, Delisha.
Sorry, can you hear?
Yeah, we can hear you. You're off mute.
Okay, sorry, I'm getting used to a new computer. Hey,
it's all right. Yeah.
How's it going?
And also with us, we have, I'm sure in the rafters, we have Joe, our fact checker, somewhere around, dropping down like Sting.
Yep, drinking a beer.
And of course, we always have a stable, and we can't have our stable complete without our roving reporter, our Brock Lesnar correspondent, the Road Raider himself, Mr. Tom Zambino. What's going on, Tom?
Present.
A man of many words. And finally, we have a new addition to the team. Someone who's not really new to the team, but he's always been alongside me going to pay-per-view events and NXT with myself and Delisha and Joe. It's the Road Dog, Raj. What's going on, Raj?
Hello, world. Welcome to the doghouse.
I think I didn't pull camera the whole time, so just let's hide everyone again because I think it was stuck on me. I hope it wasn't, but I think it was. We got Delisha and Joe.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And then we have the Road Raider, Tom.
Hello.
and the Road Dog Raj.
Hey.
I can't. That was a good intro too, and I screwed that up for you, Raj, because you're in the doghouse. But you know what? Like, there's growing pains for the first time that we do this show, so it works out. I was too overzealous about getting ready to the show, but that was like Raj's first time on camera, so now the NSA and everyone knows where you are, Raj.
Oh.
How's that feel? I'm kidding. All right. Anyway, so let's get started. So what we looked at, the whole point of the show was to we did one whole year of AfterMat, and we're like thinking, what can we do before we get into season 2? And we're like, oh, how about we do like an award show? Because they have the Slammies, and who cares about the Slammies? It's all rigged. Here's where you get the legit fans and what they want, and who they think are the champions and of each category. So we're going to start off by looking at several categories. And I think the first one we actually are going to is the Female Rookie of the Year. And with that, we're going to go to our roving reporter, Tom Zambino.
All right, folks. So we're going to be discussing the Female Rookie of the Year, and I get the wonderful pressure of being the first up to do these little descriptions. So to describe, I'm not sure Cal went in too much detail, but we are going to have 4 nominees today. We have a fan vote, which was on Twitter, and our vote, which is the one that gets the awards. I'm sure Cal will mention something about the people's vote. But as we see in WWE, the people don't get the awards, do they, Roman? Anyway, so our first nominee for Rookie of the Year was debuting on the September 11th Raw, Asuka. Now, Asuka took an undefeated streak from NXT to her time on Raw. She tore through female after female, match after match, winning everything in sight. Then may have lost her streak, but gained respect of Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania. Our next nominee is one of the standouts of the debuting Riot Squad, the aptly named Ruby Riot. Another NXT alumni. She came to SmackDown about the same time that Paige returned, creating dueling factions, with her own faction creating a path of destruction all the way to a title shot against Charlotte at Fastlane. Riot was able to shine through despite the boat anchor of a boring faction she has near her, and was a huge standout this season. Our third Rookie of the Year nominee has few matches in the WWE, one in fact, but she spent that match beating the crap out of a multiple-time world champion and COO the game Triple H. Now, Rousey made a huge splash, even though she was only around for about a couple months in this WrestleMania season. Made a huge splash, won a match at WrestleMania. Can't really argue that. And our final nominee today is Mandy Rose. Now, Mandy was the interesting inclusion here since she had the biggest chance of just being lost in the Paige faction, known as Absolution. Now, other than attracting Corey Graves' absolute insane affection, she has captivated the audience and has scored huge wins over top stars like Sasha Banks. Really good debut for the young star. And now, the winner of the AfterMat, the very first AfterMat award for Female Rookie of the Year is, no surprise here, folks, Asuka.
Well, I'm sorry to say Asuka was not present to get these awards. I'm sure she's making her way here, dancing and shaking her hands up in the air, but she could not make it. Asuka won this vote. It's her first time being nominated for an AfterMat award, and she's won this vote unanimously, 5 votes to 0. No one else got any votes. And coincidentally, the Twitter vote as well went to Asuka. So congratulations, Asuka, for winning the first ever AfterMat award for Female Rookie of the Year.
Now, Cal, was the Twitter vote unanimous as well? I didn't check.
I didn't know. I'm not sure. I think someone picked Rousey for one of them.
That's fair.
It was actually a little bit closer. I think it was like 80 to 20%, something like that, maybe. Close, meaning not unanimous, but yes.
Closer.
Yeah, closer. And people in the chat are saying Asuka should be the female of the year, period. Well, stick around, Sidewalk, and you'll see if Asuka won the female superstar of the year and even the superstar of the year. But yes, thank you, Tom. That was actually very well done. And you're going to make us all look bad because you did a superb job right there. So going into our next category, straight from the doghouse, a category near and dear to his heart. We're going to the rookie himself, the Road Dog, Raj, with the male superstar of the year.
Thanks, Cal. The first nominee for male superstar of the year is Shinsuke Nakamura, making his main roster debut on the first Raw after WrestleMania 33. Nakamura fought for the WWE Championship at SummerSlam, won the Royal Rumble, and once again fought for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 34. The next nominee for Male Superstar of the Year is AJ Styles. After capturing the U.S. Championship in July, AJ literally went global as he won the WWE Championship in November during SmackDown Live in Manchester, England. Since then, Styles has held on to the belt through WrestleMania 34. The third nominee for Male Superstar of the Year is Braun Strowman. The big man has been thrown in quite a variety of matches over the past year, including a Battle Royal at WrestleMania 33, an ambulance match, a handicap TLC match, and a mixed tag match, culminating in perhaps the strangest tag team match in history, teaming up with a 10-year-old boy and defeating the Bar to win the Raw Tag Team Championship at WrestleMania 34. And the final nominee for Male Superstar of the Year is Brock Lesnar. Lesnar defeated Goldberg at WrestleMania 33 to win the Universal Championship. He became the first to have won the WWE Championship and the Universal Championship. At WrestleMania 34, Lesnar retained the Universal Championship belt after defeating Roman Reigns. Those are your four nominees. And the winner for Male Superstar of the Year is AJ Styles.
So this was actually the closest vote that we ever had. It was a 50-50 split until, I guess, I broke the tie and gave it to AJ Styles. It was between him, AJ Styles, and Braun Strowman. So I also went to the Twitter poll, and actually the Twitter poll had Braun Strowman edging out AJ Styles, but it was pretty much 50-50 until I kept saying, please vote somebody to break this tie. And Braun Strowman actually edged out AJ Styles in the Twitter poll. But for our AfterMat poll, which is what matters, because who cares about the people, even though I'm the people's champ, AJ Styles is the Male Superstar of the Year. So congratulations to AJ Styles.
Let's give Braun a red trophy and call it the Raw Male Superstar of the Year, just to
And-
defeat a little bit.
But he'll just flip it over and break it anyway. Also, if you press the button on the Raw trophy, it'll say "Raw" because that's all he does. Honestly, I know it's unpopular opinion. I think AJ Styles is great.
He is great.
Who knows? He is phenomenal, actually. Okay, moving on to the next category. Coming down from the rafters to tell us what the feud of the year is, we're going with our fact checker, Mr. Joe. How is it going, Joe?
Well, it's going pretty good. Category I have this feud of the year. Think back to all those classic matches, series of matches, all those great feuds that you think of, like Austin versus McMahon through the years. For this past year, we have four nominees for what was thought to be the top feud of the year. And without further ado, the nominees are the feud between Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens, the feud between Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman, which featured the aforementioned ambulance match, the feud between the down since day one-ish Usos and the New Day, and and the feud in the cruiserweight division between Neville and A Double. And the winner for our vote for feud of the year ends up going to the Usos versus the New Day.
Sadly, I did not make any pancakes. Sorry.
That's just booty.
Cal, Cal, if you're saying something, I can't hear it.
Sorry, I was on mute. I was saying congratulations to the New Day and the Usos for winning the award. Unfortunately, due to budget constraints, we only have one award, so either you can split time with it or cut it in half and take one half of the trophy and the other half. But congratulations to both of you. They revitalized the tag team division throughout the year. We've been saying that over and over. As for the fan vote, however, the fan vote went to the very popular Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens because they seem to have a great interaction and back and forth banter as well as matches, you know, so that I wasn't disappointed with either of the choices. I'm trying to look at yep, Sidewalk in the chat says that that they made tag teams fun again. Yeah, if you watched throughout the season, you've noticed that we've said that several times. But I'm gonna go to the panel. What do you guys think so far of the awards? Do you agree with them or not? So you guys can go off. Yeah, go ahead.
As far as so far, I think they all match up. They're all superstars that kind of shone throughout, had shine throughout the year, especially Asuka, because everyone kept wondering who's going to break that streak. And with AJ Styles, you can really never go wrong with him on any list. He's almost always going to, if he's not the number one choice, probably be the number two choice.
He's phenomenal.
Exactly. And then the Usos and New Days, like you said, those two teams really just, well, I wouldn't say broke out, but the camaraderie between the two and how they know each other so well really shown throughout the matches that they have throughout the year. And it's no surprise that they would get the feud of the year. Although, actually, either one of these nominees from that last category could have won, and I would have been okay with. Anyone else?
Oh, I thought we were going in a specific order. What I think? Well, I don't believe I even nominated Usos and New Day, so I think that says a lot about my feud of the year choice. I thought the bar had much better feuds, but the people on this panel have spoken, and the Usos and the New Day, and I still think their T-shirts are lame. The Usos are cool, but their T-shirt is lame.
I think it was almost on point. I think probably for male superstar, maybe I probably would have leaned to Strowman to win it. But yeah, like you said, Cal, the votes were close. But yeah, tag team wise, I think it was right on with the Usos versus New Day. They had a rivalry going on for a few months now, so it's good to see them win. And you know, we almost got a pancake from them, so. That is true. Sorry, I'm on the wrong picture, so that might ruin something. But anyway, we're gonna go to the next category, which is the tag team of the year, and we're gonna go to the Glamazon Delisha for that.
Yeah. So the tag team division, as you know, has its ups and certainly had its downs. So this category probably wasn't a big hardship for people to put together. There was only a few tag teams in our, mostly our opinions, that probably amongst the WWE fans as well, that pretty much shown throughout the year. And the nominees for that, starting out with two people who we didn't know were going to be a good tag team. They kind of got thrown together by Mick Foley after their best of 7, I believe.
Yeah.
Matches was, and people were almost kind of getting tired of it, even though they were putting on good matches. And that would be Sheamus the Great White One himself, and the Twist Superman, Cesaro, the Bar. They don't just set it; they are the Bar. And our next nominee after them are the aforementioned winners, well, part of them, of our last category, the New Day, who, another tag team that kind of got thrown together pretty much by their own choice of Xavier Woods is to be believed. Who, three men who wasn't really doing much in their singles career, and they really wanted to push and make a name for themselves. And they started out with vignettes of a gospel choir that, of course, we throw all the black people in a gospel choir, and people were confused on what they were going to get. But as much as we've shown throughout the last couple of years, they make what's thrown at them, and they make it work. And now they're one of the top baby faces, and when they were heels, one of the top heel teams and babyface-wise in the company. And
they also apparently have full creative control over what they do,
which is always a plus. I wish some other superstars can get full creative control of what they do. Next, we have a tag team that's probably been a tag team since the womb, and that would be also the other co-winners of our last category, the Usos, son of Hall of Famer Rikishi. Again, these are another pair of superstars who probably weren't the greatest when they debuted, but in this last year, they've really come into their own and made we've kind of revamped themselves and made them one of the most dominant teams on both rosters, or I guess you can say all four rosters if we're counting NXT and 205. But they really made a name for themselves in this more harder, edgier Uso tag team, and that's how they made it onto our list. And our last nominee is no stranger to the tag team division since they started. They made the return during last year's WrestleMania. That would be the Hardy Boys, in which they won the tag team titles and were team for a good while. But I think they're pretty much going to be on any tag team list you throw out there. So it's no surprise that in the last year since their return, that they made it onto ours. And the winner of our tag team of the year is going to the Usos, who I have been down since day one of their appearance on the WWE.
So congratulations to the Usos for winning the tag team of the year, as well as the feud of the year. They are the first ever two-time winners of the AfterMat Awards. So I guess they will have 1.5 awards. Unless they split that amongst themselves, then you do the math. In addition, the fan vote also selected the Usos. We did have one vote for the Bar because they don't set the bar. They are the bar. But the Usos apparently stepped over it. So congratulations once again to the Usos for taking the AfterMat Tag Team Award.
Well, the Usos did beat the Bar at Survivor Series.
There you go.
Nobody heard that?
Oh, he said the Usos did beat the Bar.
I'm kidding. I was kidding. Right. And the next award will go to something very near and dear to my heart, the Female Superstar of the Year. And the nominees are my #1 WWE wife, Alexa Bliss. The goddess made a splash on the Raw roster after losing her title at WrestleMania 33, the SmackDown Women's title, and was soon drafted to the Raw side after the Superstar shakeup. She soon after won the Women's Raw title and held it for the most part of the entirety till WrestleMania 34, losing it once for a short period of time to Sasha Banks. She's also the first ever winner of the Women's Elimination Chamber match. And she gave me her water bottle, kind of. And she sold me a lot of products. And she likes my texting on my phone keyboard. That is all. The second nominee is Asuka. We've heard a lot about Asuka already, but I will add a little bit to that. She was the sole survivor in the Survivor Series match. She also holds the record for the fastest women's submission that she holds over Dana Brooke. She's the winner of the first ever Women's Royal Rumble, and she held an undefeated streak of a staggering 914 days, unlike Goldberg's fake streak. That's fake news, ladies and gentlemen. Not about Asuka, though. Our third nominee is Miss. Like my tongue, sir? What?
I said bite your tongue, sir.
Oh, our next nominee is Charlotte Flair. She's the first woman to ever main event Raw, SmackDown, and a WWE pay-per-view. She's also the first woman to ever hold the Raw Women's title, the SmackDown Women's title, the NXT Women's title, and the Divas title. And she also ended Asuka's streak at WrestleMania 34. Our final nominee is the boss herself, Sasha Banks. Her key victory this year was at SummerSlam, beating the Goddess, but then she only held the title for 8 days. She is a 4-time women's champion, and the first she along with Alexa Bliss were the first ever women to compete in a match in the Middle East. And the winner is my number one WWE wife, the Goddess herself, Little Miss Bliss, Alexa Bliss. Congratulations, you win a ticket to New Jersey to come and see me. No trophy. Or maybe you'll get a trophy too. But this was actually a surprise because a lot of people thought Asuka would win. And the fan vote was actually also for Alexa Bliss. So she won not unanimously because one person voted for Asuka, but the fan vote was for Alexa Bliss as well as the AfterMat vote. So that's quite the shocker for some people, but not for me. So that does it for the first half of the awards. We're going to go kick it back over to Tom to talk about the Male Rookie of the Year.
All right, folks. So since I am like a rookie to this show, we're going to go over the nominees for the Male Rookie of the Year. Now, our first nominee rode a glorious wave of momentum from his NXT days all the way to a US Championship run, which lasted all of about 5 minutes. But while as a babyface he may not have been able to captivate all the fans, his NXT fans will always be on his side, and people will always know that his entrance is awesome. Next nominee is known as the Sinister Songster. Elias was the MVP of WWE this year, and by that I mean most valuable punching bag. Despite getting his ass kicked on a nightly basis, Elias was able to stand out with his wave of charisma and has even picked up some big wins, once pinning John Cena to land him in a championship match in the Elimination Chamber. He may have lost that match, but he won the hearts of fans with his wonderful singing. Our next Rookie of the Year nominee is a man with the electric entrance. Nakamura burst onto the scene on SmackDown to huge fanfare, even though most of the people probably didn't know who he was. He rode this popularity to title matches against Jinder Mahal and AJ Styles, both of which he made fantastic classics out of which he may have lost. But after displaying his skills and the fresh heel turn, Nakamura capped up a fantastic year and more great years to come. Our final nominee is Scott Dawson. Scott Dawson was one half of the tag team The Revival, who had the honor of getting his ass kicked by D-Generation X on Raw 25. We needed 4 nominees. And your winner of Male Rookie of the Year is, surprise, surprise, my new favorite wrestler, Elias.
So this was actually a very close vote. Elias edged out. Another shocking vote. Bobby Roode, 3 votes to 2. Shinsuke Nakamura, in a shocker, received no votes, and neither did Scott Dawson. But did anyone really expect that? And then also, when it comes to the Twitter poll vote, we had Bobby Roode actually win the Twitter poll vote. It was actually a lot more skewed one-sided than I thought it would be. So here we have some shockers. We have the chat blowing up as well. So in the chat, we have people like Sidewalk saying that Nakamura should have won that all the way. He's shocked, shocked, shocked. He would have the face of that girl when The Miz won the championship, or that got the time The Undertaker lost at WrestleMania to Brock Lesnar. That would be Sidewalk's face right now after that award.
Cal, what about shocked? Like when Elias came out instead of The Undertaker at WrestleMania, in the best moment of WrestleMania, by the way.
Oh yes, that was probably the best moment of WrestleMania. He also said that Charlotte should have won the women's title, a women's champion. The Hardy should have won the other one. So SydeWalk is not liking our votes, but hey, the people don't matter. It's not the people's show. It's the Aftermath show. But thank you for joining us, SydeWalk. We're not done yet. We have more shockers to come. But I'm going to let the panel talk about some of the shocks that have occurred and how they feel about it as I bring up the next set of awards. So, panel?
As far as that last one going, I'm not too shocked about Elias. I mean, it is kind of rookie, and I guess he probably is the most rookiest of them all. I think what probably edged him out for me, that at least, is that this is a guy who was supposed to be this low-tier mid-carder who, if you don't know the backstory from NXT, he was kind of like a quote-unquote drifter. He got fired, I believe, after losing a match on NXT, so he drifted his way off to Raw, and he was kind of not doing so well, and he kind of just, again, kind of like what the New Day had to do. He had to revamp his character, and with his charisma, and just got himself over with just heat of just being out there singing songs, and eventually the wave just turned, and they just love it, and now they just love to shout "Walk with Elias" with him, because everyone needs a catchphrase in the WWE. But I think that's probably what edged him out for me, was that he was able to turn the crowd into his favor and make this gimmick work to where he's now in the upper echelon mid-carder position.
Yeah, the shocking thing for me on Male Rookie of the Year was the fact that Bobby Roode garnered so many votes from both our Twitter poll and our panel. I honestly didn't think anybody cared about Bobby Roode. The fans generally don't. Just the folks that knew him from NXT and the people that like his entrance. Dolph Ziggler famously made fun of him for being just an entrance.
There's only WWE.
I said another one.
I think they love to sing the song. They love to sing the song. That's what it is.
It's a glorious entrance.
I mean, it is a glorious entrance. You made a mistake. It's not an awesome entrance, because Miz has an awesome entrance. Bobby Roode has a glorious entrance. Glorious.
That's the joke, Cal.
No. I will not allow that.
Too bad.
Before we get to the next category, Raj, do you have anything to say?
No, I would just, I guess, to counter Tom's thing, yeah, Bobby Roode's entrance alone should get a vote or two. So,
boom.
So, yeah, I was shocked.
Elias doesn't even have an entrance. He just walks out when the crowd is dark. That's why I'd say that.
I would say that could be a category added next year. Best entrance of the year.
Yeah.
That's maybe they'll have that. All right, that's actually a good one. Great idea. Let's write that down. Or we'll come back to that. Actually, in our next segment, we can talk about what we think is the best, like in our next little vamp session. But before we do that, before we go to the next category, I just want to give an acknowledgement to everyone in the chat right now. We got Rose. Hi, what are you doing, Rose? What's going on? We got TJ Dex. We got SydeWalk. We got I think Typical. I saw Typical. Angel. Chat is Angel Wings. Yep. Typical. Technical Genius, what's going on? All right, yeah. So thank you everyone for joining us for the first ever AfterMat Awards. I hope you're dressed to your finest. And maybe we'll have a fan award next year for the best fan, which will probably just be, I don't know who it would be. Probably Sky. Sky's been to a lot of them. I don't know. Typical too, maybe. But whatever. Tom was the best fan until now he's part of the show. So see what happens. Your dreams can come true if you follow along the AfterMat. All right, so we're going to go to the next award. And the next award is going to be given to us by the Road Dogg himself, the rookie. We're going from the Rookie of the Year to the Rookie of the Show, the Road Dogg, Raj, with the Match of the Year.
Thank you. And the first nominee for Match of the Year is Brock Lesnar versus AJ Styles at Survivor Series. Despite throwing everything but the kitchen sink at Lesnar, Styles got caught midair by an F5, losing to Lesnar. The next nominee for Match of the Year is Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman versus Samoa Joe at SummerSlam in a fatal four-way for the WWE Universal Championship. Lesnar was the champ coming in, and if he lost the title, he'd have to leave the WWE. Despite 3 straight Superman punches from Roman Reigns, Lesnar's dynamic F5 struck and Lesnar pinned Reigns to retain the title. The third nominee for Match of the Year is AJ Styles versus Finn Balor at TLC. Though there wasn't a belt on the line, these two superstars fought as if there was. Balor hit Styles with a coup de grace for the win. After the match, the two showed mutual respect with a too-sweet hand gesture. And the final nominee for Match of the Year is The New Day versus the Usos at SummerSlam. First meeting each other at Money in the Bank, the New Day finally won the SmackDown Tag Team belts at Battleground. The New Day came into SummerSlam as champs, though the Usos executed a double Samoan splash on Big E to win the SmackDown Tag Team Championship for a second time. And your winner of the match for the year is AJ Styles versus Finn Balor at TLC.
So I'm not sure, but maybe our fact checker can tell us this. Was this AJ Styles versus Finn Balor? Or was it AJ Styles versus the Demon Finn Balor? Because remember, the Demon Finn Balor has extra hit points and overall higher rating, therefore giving him an unfair advantage over other superstars.
Well, as you can see on the graphic, it was in fact against the Demon Finn, and I think that's actually the last time we saw him dress up as the Demon.
Yep.
So this category can go down with an asterisk because it showed a Demon Finn Balor against AJ Styles. But congratulations to AJ Styles and the Demon Finn Balor for winning the Match of the Year at TLC. This actually also won our vote, 4 votes to 1. The other 1 vote went to another AJ Styles match against Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series. The fans, however, disagreed, and they thought it should be the SummerSlam match of Lesnar versus Reigns versus Strowman versus Samoa Joe, which I do see SydeWalk saying also. So SydeWalk would have been one of those Twitter votes that picked that. So once again, congratulations to Finn Balor and AJ Styles on a terrific match, though you have an asterisk now. Okay, the next category, we're going to kick over to our fact checker, Joe. After checking the facts on that, we're going to have him tell us who this year's champion of the year was. So, Joe, take it away.
The champion of the year. We think of everybody who's held a title belt in the WWE the past year, and these are the 4 nominees that came up as being the best of them, of the champions. So first up, this nominee was simply awesome, as he held the Intercontinental Championship for a good portion of the past year. Mike Mizanin, The Miz. Next up, we have Cal's favorite wrestler, who held the Raw Women's Championship for a good portion of the past year. Miss Sparkle Splash herself, Alexa Bliss. Then next up we have who I believe is quite frankly the most phenomenal champion of them all, AJ Styles, who held both the US title and the WWE title over the course of the past year. And finally, coming up, we got the down since day one-ish, the Usos, who held the SmackDown Tag Team Gold for most of the past year. And the winner of the Champion of the Year is... Quiet on the set. Can I please have quiet on the set? The Miz!
Awesome! That was very well done. And we didn't even plan that out. That was very well done, I have to say. And congratulations to Miz. I think when you think of champion, he defines champion. That title means so much to him. He almost has the record for the longest ever combined days held with the Intercontinental Championship. I hope he gets it, but he is the definition of a champion and a true champion. It means the world to him. However, the fan vote, going to Twitter, has someone I wouldn't mind winning the title either. Little Miss Bliss, Alexa Bliss. So the fans thought that Alexa Bliss should have been the champion of the year. I can't disagree with that either. But I really do believe the Miz deserves the champion of the year, and he won with 3 votes. To Alexa's 1 vote. To AJ Styles 1 vote. And unfortunately, the Usos received no votes, even though they were spectacular tag team champions. However, we were running out of trophies to give out, so we didn't want to give out any more. Therefore, sorry, the Usos, we did not consider you. Okay, going on to our next award. It's going to be done by the Glamazon herself, Delisha, and it is the Moment of the Year.
So this might have been one of the toughest categories to come up with, because throughout the year, WWE has given us plenty of moments, especially when it comes to that post WrestleMania crowd. You never know what you're gonna get, but these are the moments that came throughout the whole that we did for the whole entire year, because we can't just do it off the Raw after Mania, because that's just unfair. And the nominees are one that was a big lead up of speculation throughout the year that unfortunately ultimately didn't get too much of a payoff due to injuries, and that would be the Bros themselves, the Shield, returning for one more run of Roman Reigns, trying to get him over. The lunatic himself, Dean Ambrose, who we haven't seen since he's gotten injured, unfortunately. And I don't want to say it because the Kingslayer is actually the one in this chat and not Alan, the WWE, Mr. Seth Rollins, Mr. Monday Night Rollins himself. The next nominee is almost another kind of bittersweet moment. Why did we do this to ourselves? And that would be the Darling Paige returning back to WWE. We actually didn't think that she would almost ever return. As people might not know, she was engaged to Alberto Del Rio, and they were out doing their own on the independent scene. And even though that their relationship didn't pan out, we didn't much hear from her up along social media or any of the backgrounds going on. So when she showed up on Raw, I know it was during a match against Sasha Banks, but I don't remember who her opponent was, because it was almost kind of irrelevant thanks to the Paige return. But as she said in her re-debut, she didn't come alone. We got Absolution, Miss Mandy Rose herself, and Sonya Deville. Sorry, I was almost blanked at her name. Sonya Deville. She brought us up those two NXT stars and kind of been mentoring them throughout the last couple of months. And still, due to an injury, we could unfortunately not see her in the ring, but we can still see her on television as the new SmackDown GM. I believe the only third woman in WWE history to be not only SmackDown GM but GM nonetheless. So we wish her all the luck in getting that done, seeing what she's going to do throughout the year. And our next nominee is the UFC slasher. I don't know if that's the right word. I don't watch UFC, Tom. Forgive me, please. It's the slasher herself, who made her debut at the end of the Royal Rumble. Again, amongst more speculation, we thought she would be in the Rumble, but she decided to steal Asuka's thunder and come out, much to the chagrin of fans and hype men. There was some hype, just not here on this couch, of Ronda Rousey, who made her debut to point at a sign to let us all know that she would be at WrestleMania, and she was underestimated, maybe to some people unfairly, because she did very well. But her coming out to that Royal Rumble crowd, she did get a huge pop, made her a spot on this list. And the next and final nominee probably needs an asterisk next to it. That would be Taker's retirement, because as we all have seen at the last, WrestleMania 33, after his match with Reigns, he took off the jacket, took off the hat, looked at the crowd, stood it down the middle of the ring, and walked away to reappear this past WrestleMania to job out John Cena. So that's where the asterisk comes in. But nonetheless, it was a moment that will forever be on the minds of the WWE Universe. That image of his coat and hat in the ring will forever be synonymous with that dong and the bell toll. So we no one knows the future of the Undertaker except the Undertaker. So we shall see as the coming months go on what's in store for that man. But nonetheless, let's go get down to what we're all here for, and that's the actual winner of this category, and it goes to my girl Paige. Paige returning to the WWE.
Congratulations to Paige for winning the Moment of the Year and returning in such successful fashion. She actually won the fan vote, the Aftermat vote, 3 votes to 1, the Shield reunion, to 1 against the Undertaker retirement. However, on the Twitter side of things, we had a complete shock, or maybe not so much, but it went to the Rousey debut. Feels like people really like seeing Ronda Rousey back, or here. I guess back because she was at WrestleMania, whatever it was. So with that said, I would like to go back to the panel and ask them what, that's not to be here, but what was their moment of the year? We'll start with Delisha and then go to Raj and then go to Tom. So what do you guys think yourselves was your moment of the year as I bring up the final category?
My moment of the year was just a total fangirl moment, which is probably no surprise to Joe or Cal, was when the Hardys came back during WrestleMania 33. It was a big shock because it's been rumored that they were coming back, but we never knew when, because we all knew that they wanted to retire in WWE, but there was really no rumblings. At least I didn't go that deep into the interwebs to find that out leading up to their return. So when they came out, I marked out so hard. It was great. It was a great moment for me. It would have been my vote for moment of the year. But just I swear every time I'm feeling down, I go back to that video to see them coming out with the New Day, dancing to their music in the background, and just the crowd going nuts. And it was just a great WrestleMania moment for me.
Yeah, mine was the Taker retirement. I think that was it was well done. Yeah, I don't know if it didn't get more votes because he didn't fully retire. So maybe that would have gotten more votes. I don't know what you guys think. Maybe SydeWalk has a has a view on that. But I would have liked to see the Taker retirement get more votes.
That's weird. Okay, anyway, I think I agree with you with that, Raj. I didn't vote for that Undertaker retirement because he didn't really retire.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's what I had. What about you, Tom?
Well, to piggyback on that Taker retirement thing, I didn't vote for it mostly because of, 1, he did come back, and 2, I was very confused about what moment we were talking about when I saw the nominees available for voting, because he dropped the hat at WrestleMania, but he also had that speech at Raw 25, which I think Raw 25 ends up within the specs that I thought our season was between after last year's WrestleMania and this year's. But I digress. My moment of the year was actually, I think I actually voted originally for Braun Strowman flipping the ambulance. That was kind of the moment where the fans just were all in on this guy. That's the moment where I was all in on this guy because these fantastical, ridiculous moments of strength are some of the highlights of WWE and I love when they lean into the ridiculousness like that. But I was happy to vote for Paige's return because she is still my favorite female superstar because she's fantastic, and I'm glad she's the GM now.
Yeah, I used to love Paige so much. So seeing her come back was great for me. But obviously, my moment of the year is going to go to one superstar, and comes as no surprise to you guys. Has to be Alexa Bliss. I think she had a phenomenal. I can't say phenomenal. She had a what do I say? A year of goddess. Like, not only did she win the Raw Women's Championship, but she also won the Elimination Chamber for women. She got to meet me not once, but twice this year. So obviously that's a win in itself and a moment for me. And she also probably created the greatest promo ever with Braun Strowman in the putting on the shirt and increasing her power level by 25%. So that's probably the greatest promo we've seen all year. Not the only thing that comes in a good clean second is the glorious promo that we saw with Rusev Day, and he makes the calendar into glorious. That was great too. But that Braun Strowman, Alexa Bliss promo is probably the moment of the year besides her. And for her, obviously, her moment of the year was meeting me twice. So we'll put it at that. Yeah.
I am shocked. How was your moment of year? Is not the Monday Maharaja winning the championship belt? What is wrong with you? Are you abandoning your stable? What is going
Oh
on?
man.
Good one.
I mean, yeah. All right. Well, if I had to go something unbiased, it would have to be that as well. Yes, modern day. That was great. I mean, like we knew it was marketing and all that, but hey, it was fun.
Sucks.
You could have cut us off.
No. He does not. He does not. He's unjustly robbed. All right. With that, we got to welcome Halo. Halo. Hello. And that's it since the last person that came in. Okay, so I guess we'll go to the final award of the year. Let me go ahead and lock the screen on myself. And the final award that we're going to give out is the Superstar of the Year. And what we did here was we encompassed all the male superstars that we encompassed for the Male Superstar of the Year and the Female Superstars of the Year awards. So I know we've gone over all of them, but I will briefly give you a thing for the nominees. Our first nominee is Sasha Banks. All I have to say is she injured Paige, so she's probably not going to win. Our second nominee is Braun Strowman. Raw! That's pretty much about it. Our third nominee is the goddess Alexa Bliss. Oh my God, she's so great. Our fourth nominee is Brock Lesnar. Was he even around at all this year? Our fifth nominee is Shinsuke Nakamura, who's got a little pep to his step and new dance moves and new intro music. So that's pretty cool. And so our sixth nominee, I think we're up to 6, right? Our sixth nominee also probably went to a similar dance school, Asuka, as she flails her arms around and she comes out, much to the joy of the two guys who sat behind us all 4 days, pretty much at Royal Rumble. Our seventh nominee is the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, who pretty much held the title all year long. And his counterpart is the eighth nominee, the Women's SmackDown champion, Charlotte Flair, who really nobody cares about. So, I have to say, before announcing the winner, it was a very close vote, 50-50 between a Raw superstar and a SmackDown superstar. So the way I did it for the fan vote was I had 4 Raw superstars go against each other and the 4 SmackDown superstars go against each other, and the winner of each category will face each other off in the Superstar of the Year. But for us, we had it vote between all 8. So we'll go to the Twitter vote first, and we'll let you know that Braun Strowman won the Raw Superstar of the Year. AJ Styles won the SmackDown Superstar of the Year. And when pitted against each other, the Twitter poll selected Braun Strowman as the Superstar of the Year. However, like we said, it is not the People's Award. So let us see what the AfterMat selected as the Superstar of the Year. It goes to the phenomenal AJ Styles. AJ won in a very, very narrow vote. 3 votes to 2 against Braun Strowman. I don't know. Like, this was a great year for AJ Styles, I felt. He held the title. He defended the title. I like Braun Strowman too. I think the best part of Braun Strowman is his flipping of things, which is great. And his Alexa Bliss, his Alexa Bliss promo that he cut. Other than that, I don't think he really did much this year because I feel like it's creative holding it back. Nothing against Braun Strowman. I feel it's creative holding him back. So I feel like AJ Styles had a more productive year, and that's why I voted for him. What do you guys think? I know it was split between all of us, so I'm gonna go to Tom first this time because I know who he voted for. Probably, I pretty much know who he voted for. Go ahead, Tom.
You know exactly who I voted for because you tallied them.
Yes,
but yeah, I voted for Braun Strowman for ironically the same reasons you voted for AJ Styles. I thought that creative held back AJ Styles this year. Sure, he had the title for most of the year, but that's mostly because they didn't feel like writing anything for him on SmackDown. It was mostly just a boring year for him. He was hinged upon his fantastic matches, which, I mean, that's great and all, and he does put on the best matches in the entire industry, but Braun Strowman was so much more of an organic movement this year. It's sure they never pulled the trigger and gave him the championship, but they still allowed him to dominate the Golden Boy reigns. They allowed him to basically beat the shit out of him on a daily basis. They let him beat down Brock Lesnar and make him look like a little weenie on a few Raw episodes before inevitably making him lose once again. But I thought both storyline-wise and just organic popularity, Strowman was the superstar of the year despite never winning a championship. It was creative that threw the strap on AJ, but it was creative that held Strowman back. To me.
Raj, what do you feel?
Yeah, I would definitely agree with Tom, and to add to that, I'm a bit surprised that Alexa, your future wife, and Asuka didn't get any votes. I think the women needed some votes this year in this category, so I'm a bit surprised at the overall voting. But yeah.
You know what it was? It was 50-50, and I didn't want to have to vote for something else and leave it up to the fans. So I actually voted one other. I voted one. I was actually going to vote for. I think it might have been Alexa or Asuka, possibly. I think I would have voted for them, but
I actually debated between Alexa and Braun Strowman. AJ wasn't even really on my radar. I think Alexa was a much more interesting champion.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it was for me. I think it would have been Alexa as well, but since it was 2-2, I had to go for AJ just for because I like Braun too, but I mean I thought AJ just had a better year in my opinion. Let's go to Delisha and Joe. I guess we know who they voted for since we had the two Braun votes right there. Let's go to the other side of the table.
Yeah, I mean I'm not upset that AJ won. It is a thing to do this year, whether they were a champion or just making waves storyline wise or with the fans. I don't know, Braun, it just came out of nowhere. I mean, while he was part of the Wyatt family, he was just like, well, just a strong, silent type, honestly. And then when he got moved to
silent except for Raw.
No, he didn't. I was saying when he was part of the Wyatt family.
Oh, okay.
When he became his own single star, I don't. It's like I don't even know like what happened. Like I don't know whose idea this was to like make him just go batshit crazy for it, strong guy. But if I could, I'd buy them a drink because it's working. Now, my only downfall with him is that I wish it would pay off or something.
It did.
I don't know if we're allowed to spoil that or not. I don't know. Are we about last night?
Go ahead. No one cares about a 5-hour event where nothing happened except for.
I'm so crazy on Sundays. Well, if for those who may or may not know, Braun won the greatest Royal Rumble, and he won a nice green belt,
and a big ass trophy.
He got a belt.
Which again, yay, he won something, but and I don't think it pays off for anything. Like I don't think he gets a title shot or a match of his choosing or what have you. It looks nice.
And maybe we'll find out more later tonight.
I don't know.
So far, it looks like so far he's been put in the.
Stop.
And the reason why I don't want to bring that up is because they're talking about how they're trying to bring progression and stuff to Saudi Arabia and not have any women's matches. So let's just say that. All right, Joe, what do you think? What do you think about AJ? Why did you pick AJ Styles?
That's what he really wants to know.
Why would I pick AJ Styles
over Braun?
Over Braun because AJ's just phenomenal. I mean, AJ pretty much makes everything. I mean, both of them pretty much make just about anything you throw at them work. So really, it can't go wrong either way.
I agree.
I mean,
yes,
AJ's been champion for a good amount of the time he's been in the WWE, whether it be as the WWE champion or the US champion, and he's pretty much stood out as the show, and then they've made him as phenomenal as he really is.
All in all, I think they both had good years, but that's why I just thought AJ had a little better year, just because he held the title. I mean, I know it's all creative, I know that, but I just feel, and he put on really great matches. So that's why I went with AJ. I wanted to pick Alexa, but I felt like it would be doing a disservice not picking a straight out champion or straight out award winner for that. And I also want to welcome Nightshame and Smokescreen for joining the show. Thank you guys for joining in. And I think that's what we have for the first ever AfterMat Awards. I hope you guys enjoyed it. we are starting again next week because season 2 is right around the corner. Backlash is next week, and I think they are going to the format of having all, you know, both whatever pay-per-views, whatever you call it, combined pay-per-views again. So we'll have either 5-hour pay-per-views or people are not going to get to be seen on the pay-per-views. I don't know what they're going to do, but who knows? With that, I want to thank my co-hosts today, the panel, and thank you for a great first year. Like, I know I said that at the end of season 1, but Raj joining the team as well. Thank you for that. It's been really fun, and I hope everyone here in the audience had fun. Welcome Sky as well. Thank you for all the supporters that we have in the chat, and thank you for supporting the channel. Sky, what's going on? Sky just joined. So that's been like the year in review for what we felt were the awards that should be nominated. If you have any ideas for new awards, please drop us at our Twitter at @after_Matt or any of us. And we're going to get into that in a little bit. But I just want to thank all you guys in the chat, all the supporters, the panel for getting through all this. And I thought it was fun, you know, and next year we're going to start from Backlash and go to WrestleMania 35 through WrestleMania 35. And that will be the year of season 2 of AfterMat. And like I said, it starts next week at 7:30 p.m. It's going to be combined pay-per-views for Backlash. And Backlash is actually in New Jersey, but I don't think we're going to go because we spent a lot of money recently. So I don't think we're going to go. Unless the tickets end up being like $50 or something. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to start off with Raj now. Raj, thank you for joining us. And where can we find you and what have you been up to?
I'm not on social media. What's the internet?
Raj's not even here at the moment. That is John. Hi, John.
Yeah, I have nothing to plug, so
you could find Raj lighting up the base path on Sundays. He plays for the Cliff Dwellers, the softball team. They also have another rising superstar, their catcher. I don't know who that is, but apparently he's really, really good.
He is.
But yeah, so come check Raj out for softball. He doesn't really have anything to plug. He stays off the grid. If you want any good gambling tips or anything, craps, betting, come to Raj. There. Yeah. And he's not on Twitter. He's not on anything. Just find Raj. Shine up the Raj signal in the air, and he'll come. Welcome back, Sidewalk. You missed the Superstar of the Year. You're probably going to get upset about it anyway, so it's okay. I'm going to kick it over to Tom. Tom, where can we find you, and what have you been up to?
You can find me at RoadRaider3 and at Zed Reviews on YouTube. There's no ad involved. Just go to YouTube and search Zed Reviews. Pretty sure I'm the only one. What I've been up to lately is, trying not to die at various bachelor parties. So I've had a couple of those in a row past couple weekends. So I'm tired. But Cars and Popcorn will eventually come back. I have not decided when, but go watch the backlogs. Go subscribe to Zed Reviews and such. That is all.
You don't want to end it with a roar? All right, never mind. Well, you are the Brock Lesnar correspondent as well, so you could, I don't know, maybe do something. Tom is going to F5 a car on the next special, season 2 special. Tom is going to F5 a car from Ford. He's going to bring it home from work and F5 it. First, he's going to flip it like Braun and then F5 it. Okay, then we're going to go over to our duo, our tag team in the corner over there. Let's go to our fact checker first. Joe, what's going on? Where can we find you? What have you been up to?
Well, for those who saw it on Facebook, I did on Friday. I passed my CDL test. I'm now and once the license arrives in the mail, I'll be a certified Class B CDL driver with. Although I'll only be able to drive commercial vehicles with automatic transmissions, but I'll have full air brakes and passenger endorsement.
Cal knows what that is.
And I'll also be starting a new job with a private bus company in the coming weeks. And in the meantime, you can find me on Facebook and YouTube, SEPTA3371CSX1. You can also find me on LinkedIn if you wanna connect with me through that way.
You can try to find him on Facebook at Joseph P. Butler, but the surprise is don't know if he'll add you. Don't know if you'll find him.
I gave that plug already.
That's the best plug ever.
But you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Delisha_Renee. I don't have anything going on at the moment because my laptop decided to die on me. Well, it has a cracked screen, so I can't see anything. But I am working on getting new stuff. So hopefully once that comes in, I can do some other creative stuff. In the meantime, check out Cal and Tom's channels. They do awesome work with stuff I don't understand, but I love watching them do what they do because to me, they're experts at it. And Raj, I might need your expertise on gambling because I'm going to my first casino next month, so I may be getting in contact with you.
Nice. For your birthday, I think?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
You could take Raj in your pocket. I think we already talked about this, right? Because Raj is going to be away that weekend, possibly. Or something.
Yeah, I'm going to need those Iron Man glasses. He can just speak to me through those.
Yeah, as for me, you can find me. I have a new Twitter, guys. It's at KingslayerNet. It takes you to the same spot pretty much, but it's at KingslayerNet. You can always find me here on the Kingslayer Network. You can subscribe here or follow me on Twitch or both. On Twitch, I'm also Kingslayer Network. I stream every day, 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern, and sometimes in the mornings at 11 a.m. Eastern for some Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball Z Universe, I should say. You can always find me floating through everyone's YouTube, supporting them because that's what I believe. We should all support each other to build a community. And what else do I do? I don't know. Flashpoints on Fridays. You can check out Flashpoints on Fridays. I think that's pretty much it. I don't know. I feel like I've done so much that I forget what I do myself. But I don't know. Just come find me on Twitter at KingslayerNet. And if you guys like what you saw, like if you like the awards, give us ideas for what you want to see next year, season 2 special for awards. We had an idea for the best entrance. That's a good award we could do. I think this year for me, it would probably be either that's the thing. Do we have a single entrance or is it like over time? Because, Undertaker is one of the greatest entrances ever. But, people like nowadays, like Glorious Bobby Roode have great entrances, Shinsuke. But, sometimes Shinsuke has a better entrance because he has the violinist out there. So we got to work all these details out and we'll figure it out. But eventually that could be an award later. So at @after_Matt, if you want to get us for wrestling talk, or just find me at KingslayerNet on Twitter. That's pretty much it. I don't know if I came up with a catchphrase. I think I was supposed to do that. But not. You know what we could do? On 3, 2, 1, we could all do a Raw, like Braun Strowman to cut out, and then we'll go to our thing. So on 3, I'm going to ask my panel to join in, and we're going to do a Braun Strowman Raw. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Raw! All right, guys. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We'll see you guys next week, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, to talk about Backlash. Once again, here on the AfterMat. Until then, we'll see you next time.
See ya.
Adios.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest. Echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't want to miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. We'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the